Are you or a loved one disabled? Do you feel alone, lost, and confused as to how to win your Social Security case? If you're watching this video, it's probably because you have so many questions and you're desperately looking for the answers. Hi, my name is Avi Leibovic, and I'm the owner at Benefits for All and the lead attorney at Avi Leibovic Associates. Over the course of my 20-year career, I've overseen the processing and screening of over 500,000 disability cases, working with the largest hospitals, neighborhood clinics, primary care physicians, and even individuals who had no access to care at all. My strategies for how to win the case have made me one of the top experts in Social Security law in the entire nation. My life and my career were going great. And then one day it all came crashing down. It started first with some abdominal pains. And before I knew it, I'd been admitted to the hospital several times and I required multiple surgeries. I found myself unable to work and disabled and in desperate need of my own benefits. I understand exactly how you feel. I was in your shoes. And I'm going to take you through the process and help you and give you everything that I know so that you can win your case. I'm recovered and I'm back at work. And I have a newfound passion for helping disabled people because I myself have been there too. Call our office today for a free screening and to see how we can help you with your Social Security case. At the same time, enjoy these videos and webinars that we've prepared to help you understand how to win your Social Security case. Hi everyone, this is Avi Leibovic, and you're watching another amazing webinar brought to you by Benefits for All. We teach you how to win your Social Security disability case without having to pay the costs of an expensive attorney. Do I need to even tell you where I'm at? I'm standing in beautiful Arizona overlooking the south rim of the Grand Canyon. How magnificent is that? How tremendous is that? Anyone who hasn't seen this, if you're well enough to take this trip with family or with friends, you should come out here and you should come check it out. It's just marvelous. You can take tours, you can pay for helicopters, you can go down if you're up for it, either by bus or by car or by other means you're able to go down there. You should come check it out. So let's talk about Arizona. Let's talk about what our friends in Arizona can expect if they're applying for Social Security disability benefits. Now again, we're dealing primarily with SSI, Supplemental Security Income, Title 16, or we're dealing with Title 2, Supplemental Social Security Disability Insurance. So let's jump right into it and let's talk about the approval rates for Arizona. Right now, the application denial rate in Arizona is 75.2. 75.2 is the application denial rate. That means out of 100 applications that are filed, 75 of them are going to get denied. Now that is higher than the national average. The national average is hovering at about 68%. So the fact that you're at 75%, a claimant who is applying for benefits at the application level has to expect that they really run, so to speak, not too far from here is Nevada, Las Vegas, and they talk about the house odds. What are the house odds when you're playing blackjack? What are the chances that the dealer will get the card that he needs versus what are the chances that you're going to get the card that you need? So going into this, if you're looking at the house odds are 75% in their favor, 25% in your favor. Now, does that mean you shouldn't apply? Absolutely not. You absolutely should apply. If you're not feeling well, those benefits are there to help you. They're here to pay for your shelter. They're here to pay for your food. They're there to pay for maintenance, medication, and many other different things. So you should definitely be applying. And I always say that it's not about the win rate in each state. It's about you and your medical condition. You have to remember when Social Security goes ahead and they are making a decision on a disability application, they're not just looking at your medical condition. This is not just about medical conditions. This is about medical conditions mixed in together with age, mixed in together with past relevant work experience, mixed together with any skills that you have, mixed together with education. There's a lot of different pieces that come together in order for Social Security to determine whether or not, right, they think that you're disabled or not. So let's go through the process really quickly. We have the application, which we've discussed, and there's webinars where you can download them and you can see exactly which forms you need to file so that you can go ahead and do this on your own without an attorney, right? We've gone through some of those forms, and I encourage you, if you haven't watched those webinars, you should definitely be watching them sometime soon. So the first step is the application, right? After the 6 to 9 months when you go ahead and when you submit your application, you have to understand that 75% of those are going to get denied. After this application, if you've been following along, and again I'm referencing some of my notes over here, we're going to get this thing called a request for reconsideration. Now you want to talk about house odds. 88.1% is the denial rate in Arizona. 88.1% is the denial rate in Arizona for reconsiderations. Can you imagine, out of 100 applications, 88 of them are going to get denied? How is that possible, right? How is that possible? It sounds like it can't be. Well, the truth is that unfortunately it is, and what Social Security has been trying to do is they try their best to distinguish between those claims which they think are fraudulent or frivolous or not up to the level that they're expecting in terms of establishing a disability, and they try to separate those from the legitimate claims which are getting approved. So if you don't have your medical records in order, if you don't have the treatment that you need in order, you're going to have a problem, and you're probably going to fall into that 88.1% denial rate. That's a tough thing. Now, should you get discouraged? Should you apply? Should you stop and move to another state? Those are all very good questions. But if you're living in Arizona, if your home and your family's here, if this is where you've grown up or even where you're residing now, you should absolutely be applying. And again, it's all about your medical condition, together with your age, together with your education, together with your past relevant work history, together with your ability to communicate, whether you're literate or not. There's a lot of factors that go into that. But let's assume that your application gets denied, right? And you've now spent 6 to 9 months doing your application, and then you request a reconsideration, and out of the 88% you're going to get denied there. That's another 6 to 8 to 9 months, and then from there you're going to move to the next stage, which is what? Which is requesting a hearing before an administrative law judge. That's right. There's a webinar that we've discussed, which talks about it in line by line, field by field on the form. It talks about how you should go ahead and request that, make that request for a hearing before an administrative law judge. There's a box on that form that asks you, why do you disagree, right? You don't have to get complicated in it. You just have to tell them that you disagree and you think that you're disabled, and you have new medical evidence to establish that, and you're going to get your hearing date. Now, what you need to understand is that the denial rate at the hearing, unfortunately, is 49.2%. 49.2 are denied, and 50.8 are approved. So again, does that mean that someone has a 50-50 chance in winning their case, or a 50-50 chance in losing their case? And the answer to that question is, well, based on the numbers right now in 2016 in Arizona, yes, you're running about a 50% level, which is somewhat lower than the national average. The national average in most states, we've gone through some states, they're touching in the high 60s. I think there was the low 70s in a couple states too. Here you're running at 50%. It's very difficult. Now again, if you're sitting at home, if you're sitting at your desk, if you're watching this in a cafe or a library or wherever you're watching it, on whatever mobile device you're watching it in, you may be frowning and you may be frustrated. You may say, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? How am I possibly going to get my benefits? I need my benefits, my SSI. If I've been paying into the system, I'm eligible for my Social Security disability insurance. How am I going to get my benefits? As Avi Leibovic is telling me that about 50% of them are getting denied at hearing. And the answer is that it really comes down, as I said already 2 times, this is the 3rd time, so this is the takeaway from this particular webinar, is that the takeaway is that it comes down to your medical condition. Okay, but it's your medical condition together with several other factors. Sometimes when I'm explaining the process to some of my clients, I talk about a vegetable soup, right? You take a vegetable soup, you fill the pot with water, and the next thing you know, you start putting in all these different, you put an onion, or you put a carrot, you put a celery, a potato, whatever it is that you want to put in, you put it in there, right? Now, if you'd have one of those vegetables on their own, it would still be a nice soup. You know, it's possible that you can have a delicious soup from one vegetable, but it's only when you take all the vegetables together and you put them in the pot and all the flavors blend together are you able to really taste how delicious the soup is and the full flavor. So it's like this too. I could say that just like one vegetable, I could say it's all about your medical condition done. Is it possible that you can want to adjust your medical condition? The answer is yes. We went through in another webinar that we have 5 steps that the judge is going to look through in a hearing to determine if or not a person is disabled. It's called the 5-step sequential evaluation for determining disability. What are those 5 steps? We said step number 1, are you earning SGA, right? Watch the webinar to determine what SGA is, substantial gainful activity. Number 2, do you have a severe impairment or a combination of impairments that's expected to last 12 or more months, right? 12 or result in death. Step number 3 is this impairment or the listing of impairments meet or equal one of the Social Security listings of impairments either for the adults or for the children. Again, in order to understand this, you need to watch the webinar for step number 3. Step number 4 is, can you, the claimant, return to your old job? And if you can't return to your old job, step number 5, can you get any other job in the national economy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get your decision from the judge, I promise you, the decision from the judge is going to list out all 5 of these steps. Number 1, SGA. Number 2, do you have a severe impairment expected to last 12 or more months? Number 3, does it meet or equal the listing? Number 4, can you return to your old job? And number 5, can you get any other job in the national economy? Right? So when I said before we're talking about a vegetable soup here, yes, we're talking about several different vegetables, because in order to go through that 5-step, again, the judge is not going to look only at your medical condition. The judge is going to look at your medical condition and your age and your education level. Did you finish high school? Did you not finish high school? Did you go to college? Did you not go to college? Was it 2 years of college? Was it 4 years of college? Do you have specialty training, right? The different jobs that you have. Were you managing people? Were you not managing people? What skills did you have, right? The Social Security Administration is going to go through all that. And that is why they need your medical records, and that's why you need to be clear on the dates of the jobs that you've worked in, as well as the tasks that you did at those jobs, because Social Security is going to use those previous tasks, is going to use those previous past relevant work history items as the measuring stick for how to size you up, so to speak. They want to find out, even with your impairment, what is the residual functional capacity that you have to competitively work and engage in substantial gainful activity in the national economy. Again, as SSA, Social Security Administration, in the end of it all, wants to determine, can you competitively market yourself and maintain a job in the local economy and the national economy. If you can, right, you're gonna be found denied. You're gonna be in that 50% bracket. If you can't, then again, they're gonna look at your medical condition, the longevity of your medical condition, what type of impact does it have in terms of, can you walk, can you stand? Do you have memory problems for it? Do you have emotional problems for it? Do you have shortness of breath? You know, what are your symptoms? Do you have numbness in your legs? They're gonna look at all of that medical stuff, right? All those medical things that must be documented in your medical records. But above and beyond that, again, for the last time, they're going to go into specifically your education, your past relevant work history, what your knowledge or experience that you have, and all of those different vegetables, so to speak, or all those different elements, so to speak, are going to come together into one soup, which is going to be your determination. So here we are, folks. My name is Avi Leibovic. I am traveling from coast to coast, right? From California to New York, stopping in all the states, showing you the beauty of this magnificent world and how lucky we are. I have a prayer that all of you feel better as soon as you can, and if you have a medical condition that's going to, unfortunately, be with you for a while, it's going to be a challenge with you for some years to come. I hope that I hope, first and foremost, that you have a strong support group of family and friends. Secondarily, I hope that if you win your benefits, once you win your benefits, that those benefits can really truly be a supplement to you and an aid to you, and they can be, something that comes and saves a day. If you need an attendant, if you need to pay for medication, you need to pay for rent, whatever it is, you're going to get your money. Now, I'm going to teach you how to get your money. Again, I'm going to teach you how to win your case. Why? Because I've represented over 100,000 clients just in California. Over 100,000 clients in my career just in California. There aren't that many practitioners who can give that number. I can give that number, and it's legit. How did I do that? Because I have county contracts which have many, many referrals, and I'm purchasing, I'm obtaining large amounts of leads and people who are interested, and I'm working together with medical providers in the past to go ahead and work on behalf of the hospital to assist those patients who potentially might need assistance with disability. So I'm taking 100,000 plus cases, 100,000 plus experiences, 100,000 plus memories, 100,000 plus, I'm going to say mistakes, not that I made 100,000 mistakes, but you get my drift, that you are often going to make mistakes in life, and from those mistakes, you improve upon it, right? You do a self-assessment and you move forward with strength in the correct way. through my career, I've seen what works and what doesn't work. I see what works at the application level. I see what works at the reconsideration level. I see what works at the hearing level before the judges. I know what works at the appeals council, and I know what works at district court. If you listen to me, I'm going to tell you how you can win your case without having to pay the expensive costs associated with an attorney. What are those costs? If you spoke with an attorney, you know it's going to be 25% of your back payments and or $6,000, whichever is less. How do we do this? I have it all here. I'm going around and I'm speaking about it, everything that I know, and I'm giving it all to you, and I'm capturing it on video. It's your job now, my friends, to download those videos. It's your job to watch the videos. Do you have to study them? Only if you want to. Do you have to take a paper and pencil and take notes? Only if you want to. I want it to be an enjoyable experience for you. But I do think on some of the webinars that we have, or on the side of the screen that you're looking at right now, some of those webinars are specific about the SSA forms that you need to submit as part of the application, the reconsideration, or the hearing. You should watch those webinars, because I go box by box and I talk through, I give you guidelines, I give you tips, I give you strategies, gold nuggets of ideas that will help you in terms of what to write and how to write it, so that it is reviewed expeditiously, it is reviewed effectively, efficiently, and it is approved the first time around. Okay? My friends in Arizona, if you need help, again, watch the webinars. You can do this on your own, and that's what this is about, right? Teaching you how to win your case on your own. If you find that this is a little bit too much, a little bit overwhelming, maybe perhaps you've taken on more than you can handle, you're not feeling up to it, you thought you could, but you haven't been feeling as great lately, that's okay. Call our office, 1-800, right? Call the 1-800 number. Get your free screening. It'll take about 15 minutes. We're going to go through everything A to Z. We're going to tell you everything inside and out, so you know exactly what is going on, what you have to do, what our plan of attack is, and how we're going to move forward strategically to win your case. If you need it, right? If you need it. If you don't need it and you can win it on your own, because I'm teaching you how to do it, that's awesome. That's what this is all about. And I'm so happy for you. And the small investment that you made to purchase these videos is just, it's going to be one of the greatest things you ever did. Check it out, www. and Benefits for All. I'm Avi Leibovic. I look forward to speaking with you again sometime soon. All the best. Thank you very much. Arizona, Grand Canyon. You got to come check it out. You got to come check it out. South Rim. Unbelievable. Have a great day.